Good morning, class. Today we're going to be talking about function tables, what a function table is, and how you can use it. The first thing we need to do is talk about what is a function. If we look at the definition, a function is a relationship that assigns exactly one output value for every input value. And to demonstrate that, I'm going to show you a function table. Now here we have our x value, which is our input, and for that we're going to use time, and then our y value is our output, and we're going to use distance. So I want you to imagine that you are driving on the interstate in a vehicle, and you are driving at the speed limit of 70 miles per hour. Well, as we do that, for every hour that we drive, that's our time in hours, every hour that we drive, how far have we gone? What is the distance? Well, we're driving 70 miles for every hour that we go. So if we drive for 2 hours, how far are we going to go? Right, it's going to be 140 miles. And we just continue the sequence. If we drive for 3 hours, how far are we going to drive? Well, we're going to drive for 210 hours. So what is the procedure that we use to figure this out? Well, we can say we put x in our time machine, which you're going to see here in a minute, or our function machine, and when we put the x value in it, we're going to get the y output. So let's take a look at what we call a function machine. Here's our function machine. Our input value is x, and we're going to substitute 5 for x. We're going to put it in our function machine, and as the 5 goes into this machine, it's going to use the rule that y equals 2x. So we're going to substitute that 5 in for x, and that's going to make the rule, we're going to have to go 5 times 2. And as it comes out of our machine down here at the bottom, it becomes our output value, which is represented by y. And when we do 5 times 2, our output value is going to be 10. Now what I want to do is I want to show you a short video clip about an output and input function machine. Alright, so that's what our function machine does. You put a number in for your input, let it run through the rule, y equals 2x, so we substitute 5 in for x, 5 times 2, and it comes out as our output value of y of 10. So let's look at a couple examples. Now here we're going to be writing a rule for a function table. Now here we got our x values, our input values, 0, 1, 2, and 3, and then we have our output values, which are represented with y, of 0, 5, 10, 15. Now, what is the rule that is happening here? If we put x, or the 0, into our function machine, and it comes out as 0, what's happening when we put a 1 in for the input value? It goes to the machine, and it comes out to 5. Well, what type of operation did they have to do to get 5 as the output value? Okay, then look at the rest of it. If they put in a 2 in the time machine, what was the rule for the output to be 10? And then when they put 3 into the function machine, what was the operation to be formed to come up with the output value of a 15? All right, so to write this rule, we would say, well, it looks like they have multiplied by 5 every time. So our rule for this would be y equals 5x. So they multiplied 5 times the input value to get the output value. Let's look at another example. On this example, our input value is 0, and it went through the machine, and the rule, when it came out, made it a positive 4. The next number went into the function machine as a 1, and it come out as a 5. 2 went in as the input value for x. It came out y for the output value of 6, and then the 3 was put in for x, and it came out of the function machine as a value of a 7. So what is our rule for this function table? Well, if we notice, how do you go from 0 to 4? Well, it looks like they added 4 to it. It went in as 0, come out as a positive 4. Put a 1 into the function machine, it come out as a 5. So it looks like that it works. It's a positive 4. So we can say that our rule is y equals x plus 4. So no matter what value you put into the function machine, it's going to add 4 to it, and it's going to come out as your output value. Hope this helps you.